Former NBA player Matt Barnes had won custody of his children from his ex-wife, Gloria Govan. Now, you know her. You've seen her probably on Basketball Wives if you watch those shows. Now, he got custody of his children. He hired a judge to represent him, and that's how he won custody. Good power move on his part. But even though he has custody, which I don't understand, that should have been addressed, he's still paying child support to her. Don't know why. Now, he has custody of his 10-year-old twin boys, and he has them most of the time, and she gets to see them every other weekend, plus on Wednesday evenings for dinner. So she has basically what you call the standard visitation rights. That's what she has. Probably got 30 days in the summer with them. You know, it's a standard possession order. Now, he currently pays, here we go, this is another one. Now, we talked about Gucci Mane. He's paying a little over $2,000 a month in child support. That female wants $20,000. Now, Matt Barnes is paying $20,000 a month in child support, and it was established by the court when he was still an active player and making a lot more money. Now, they said he's reported that Barnes said he currently pulls in $150,000 a year, and based on standard child support calculations, his payments should come down to $5,596 a month, which equates to $67,152 a year. Now, the moment Matt Barnes got out of the NBA and his situation changed financially, immediately he was supposed to file a modification of child support. Men, if you lose a job, file for your modification. You can do that. Now, in a lot of states, look at the particular rules on that. But I know in the state of Texas, if your income decreased by 20% or increased by 20%, you can get a modification of child support. What you must do, we just talking about regular guys, and everybody's in Matt Barnes' situation. You lose a job, you lay it off, immediately go to child support. Take that paperwork that you got fired or paperwork that you got laid off up there to them. You got to go up there and do that. Don't let them chase you. You can't pay that certain amount anymore, and that's going to keep stacking on you. You need to go file a modification of child support immediately yourself, and you can get that done yourself. And you have to take steps to fix those issues, because if that stuff stack on you, then it's going to be back pay. Then it's going to be taking your license, and you can't do this, and want to lock you up in jail behind something you can't really pay at the time. Just letting you guys know you should go out and do that, because this system do not care about us as men. They don't. All they feel is that we are money cows. They don't even care about the children, because how can a man being locked up in jail benefit his children? How? I mean, if it's about the best interest of the child, a child needs a mother and a father. It just don't need one. And usually when fathers have custody, most fathers don't even want child support from the mom. This system is so corrupt that they rather put child support on the man, because they get a kickback for every case that they put in the system. These judges, they get a kickback toward their retirement. The child support system itself get fees for every case once a year. It'd be on average from $25 to maybe $35 or $40 a year they get on average. So the more cases they have, the more free money the state takes in because of these child support cases. Because two grown people couldn't say, you know what, okay, the relationship is over. Let's sit down and figure out, you know, how we're going to do the situation with the kids, visitation, you know, X, Y, Z. And a lot of men who are good men, at least, they will work with you, and you probably can get more out of them if you don't go to them folks. But the moment you go to them folks, then most men are like, man, forget, I'm going to do what these folks say to do. And really what they ask you to do is not a lot. So you have to make that gamble, but it's only if this dude's a good man. And that's the situation with that. Now, Matt Barnes wanted to pay less a month, and he was stating that a lot of women misuse child support payments and spend money on themselves instead. Not only did the California native blast the court system, he also slammed those mothers who he said purchase expensive items with the money and take exotic trips and live lavishly. He also said the entire decision-making process as it relates to support payments need to be fixed because it only costs a certain amount to raise a child. Yes, it doesn't take $20,000 a month in child support payments for a child. No, unless that child is sick, unless that child has, some sort of leukemia treatments they're getting. If it's not nothing like that, it's not no 20,000. We know it's not $20,000 a month. It don't matter if you got that child in private school. It don't matter if you got that child in extracurricular activities. It doesn't cost no $20,000 a month. So where's the money going? This money is unregulated. This money isn't taxed at all. It needs to be taxed. It is free income, just as much as they would do alimony. You had to report alimony, and alimony is actually taxed. But, there are people that's getting over in this system. A lot of people are getting over. We ain't talking about the people who doing the right thing. 'Cause they got some parents that's doing, and moms that's doing the right thing with the money. And some of them is even saving the money. They're not even spending it like that because they're doing well for themselves. We ain't talking about them. We talking about those who are trying to get over on the system. And then I had some ignorant women, and I say they are ignorant, that come to my comment section and say, oh, he talking about black women. First and foremost, if you actually knew the numbers, white women file more cases and have more open cases of child support than black women. Black women actually rank at the bottom when it comes to open cases of child support. Just want to put that out there. The truth is the truth, period. It's nothing personal. If it has nothing to do with you, don't be telling me nothing like that, because I will block you behind. I have no problem blocking anyone saying stupidity like that. Ain't got to do with no black women or white women, whatever. It is the system that we're living in, and these children don't get any kind of benefit at all, because there are some women out here that I've heard them say, oh, when I get my child support check, it's for that child. How many times brothers have pay their stuff and then the child still don't have anything? But this female is doing her hair. This female is paying her car note with it. And she's doing all kinds of things with it. I say, wait a minute, it's for that child. It's not for you. But the system allowed them to get away with it. So you can only say so much about that. Now, he stated that Barnes, it don't cost $60,000, $50,000, $40,000, or $20,000 to raise no children. We all know that. Most of these women out here buying cars, buying bags, taking vacations off their child support money. And at this time, they say she had no response to it. Yes, that happens. But at the same time, the system allows it. So you can only say so much to someone getting over. You have to go after the system. And the way you go after the system is this. You have to, all the people who are involved in the system, I'm talking about all of the men and their wives and their girlfriends, or if it's your sisters, your cousins, whatever, because you need females with you on this, because women are very good at multitasking. Women are very good at saying certain things that we don't even say and what we're not paying attention to. Women are also very great at paying attention to the tactics of other women. They'll read another woman like this. We want to see what that woman's doing, but another woman will. So you definitely have to get women on your team. It can't be just, oh, we just kick the women out, we do it. No, it's not going to work that way. You have to get the women involved. Now, you get the women involved, everyone get together, find out what the laws are on the books, and you challenge these laws. Now, if you look at what's recent, what they did with gay marriage, they challenged the laws in the courts. That's how they did it. They didn't even go through the state houses or whatever. They challenged it in the courts and brought it all the way up to the Supreme Court. Now, locking someone up for child support is like debtor's prison. And they stated a long time ago, we don't supposed to have debtor's prison. But they try to get around it and say, oh, you're just violating a court order. But how is it that you're going to lock someone up but then keep stacking child support on them while they're locked up in jail? Even when it comes to tickets, right? Tickets, you can actually sit your time out and then get out with a ticket. But child support, it keeps stacking up on you. So we need people, and some men who are in powerful positions. Some of you are lawyers. Some of you are doctors, and you still dealing with this system. But yet you guys aren't putting in and using your influence to change it. Whether it's people up here or just a regular blue collar worker. This system is not right. Their men have lost their children because they try to report what's going on with some of these women who aren't no good and bringing these old sorry, good for nothing men around. And some children have lost their lives. And dad's been crying about it because of this system. It needs a complete overhaul, starting from scratch. And this is why anytime I see these stories, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up because this isn't right. What happens? It is not a man's job to support you. If you're not with that man anymore, then you lose all the benefits of that man. That's the way that works. You can't be gone from a man and expect him to treat you the same and take care of you like y'all still together. No, as long as he take care of his children, that's what counts. You could depend on him to be there when he needs to be there for the kids. That's what counts. But like I said, until the laws are changed, this finessing is going to continue to go on, unfortunately. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this situation with Matt Barnes, and if you're paying child support, or if you're married to someone that's paying child support, maybe you're a woman, how can we go about changing the system? I'm not just for complaining about things like this. How can we make a change? What can we do? How can we, highlight this a lot more? We got to put a lot of pressure on the system that's going on. This system is not good for no one, and it needs to end.